vam planovi i u buduće vezani za TV Šabac ili možda možemo reći dogodine na RTS-u?
E pa Kesiću, došli smo kod tebe u studio, došli smo kod tebe u televiziju tvoju, da preuzmemo i da odavde radimo našu emisiju.
Samo nemoj da me daviš, molim.
Dogovor unutar opozicije je taj da kada dođemo na vlast Kulačin postane direktor javnog servisa, RTS-a, što znači da će imati svoju emisiju tamo. A meni se sviđa, na primjer, O2 subotom uveče. I to sam im i rekao. Oni su rekli, nema veze, Kesić je onako na Novu, a tebi ćemo nacionalnu frekvenciju. I eto kao.
Dame i gospodo, ako baš imate slobodnog vremena, gledajte Dobar loš zdravo. Marko Vidoković, naša stalna rubrika Što? Ne! Na našoj top listi 10 najsmešnijih izjava krećemo od mesta broj 7 i odmah preskačemo predlog broj 6, jer na 5. mestu gledamo Milorada Dodika i Kad jaganjci utihnu.
A sad kad mi krenemo u Banja Luci, kad držati šator i sazivati ljudi, kad dovedemo orkestra i kad počne pjesma, nema šanse da nas pobjedi. Džaba pokušavati. Već smo rezervisali sav jagnjeći i praseći fond za tako vrst priča. Džabe govori. Mi imamo popisani, da kažem nešto, imamo popisani 55.000 glasova u Banja Lučković sutra glasa. Džabe se borim, sam govorim da će Džabe potrošiti pare.
Ej, pa ovo nije fair. Pa Dodik je počeo da imitira mene kako imitiram Dodika.
Što ja pravim imitiram tebe kako imitiraš sam? Zgubite slabo. Pa ne možeš imitirati, možeš se meni 50.000 glas. Gdje ti pozić, a gdje ti nisi pravi, sad? Na mjestu broj 4, a ne moram više. Hvala Bog.
Na mjestu broj 4, Mario Obradović i Sila je činjenica.
Da li u te uspjehe ubrajate i zaposlenje njegovog oca u firmi GIM? Kako to ima veze sa Ministarstvom unutrašnjih poslova? U Ministarstvu izdaje dozvole za trgovinu oružjem ili sopstvenom ocu dao dozvole da trguje oružjem. Uvijek je možete da spinujete bilo koju, to su činjenice. To jeste činjenica, ali možete da spinujete različitu činjenicu, da kontekst u koje stavljate, pitanje u koje stavljate, izgledaju sasvim drugačije.
Marija Obradović, popularna Mara činjenica, otvara ovdje filozofsko pitanje. Šta je starije, činjenica ili spin? I da li se činjenica uopšte desila ako nije ispinovana na Pinku? Stižemo do mesta broj 3. Nebojša Zdravanović je balansero.
Svaka čast ovim ženama, muškarci su katastrofa u balansiranju.
Ja sam samo balansero. Ne znamo tačno šta znači ova rečenica i čemu služi ova rečenica i šta je uopšte smisao ovoga, ali zato se valjda ova rubrika i zove Što? Bre! Drugo mesto ove nedelje, Nebojša Bakarec i lepa knjiga Lepo pada.
Mi smo čuli i pre početka ove tačke da
Stavite je na 100.
Stavite je na 100. Ujedno i najljepša stvar koju je književna kritika rekla o ovom Vesićevom delu. Hej, kakva knjiga? Stavite je na 100. Mada, znajući ko je pisao, moguće da je knjiga pokušala i samoubistvo. I konačno, pobednik ove nedelje Aleksandar Vučić i omanji rat.
Zamislite kakav je ovo inženjerski podvig i koliko će nam značiti za živote naših ljudi, posebno kada imate u vidu da smo više ljudi izgubili u Sićevačkoj klisuri nego u omanjem ratu koje smo imali 90. godina.
Pa gde je ovo predsjednik pročitao kod Tolstoja Omanji rat i mir? Ili je gledao u onom filmu Bili smo omanji ratnici? Ili Gidra, rođen kao omanji ratnik? Tokom tih omanjih ratova 90-ih nije baš sve bilo omanje. Neki su dobili oveće stanove, oveće fotelje, oveće plate, a većina je dobila oveće siromaštvo, oveću inflaciju, oveće redove za hleb i mleko i generalno oveće smo nadrljali zbog omanje grupe ljudi koja je sanjala o ovećoj Srbiji. Omanji aplauz. Dame i gospodo, naš muzički gost večeras, mladi muzički talenat iz Valjeva, kako reći uz muzičar iz Valjeva, Teodor Tošić. Dobro večer. ti je prvi nastup na televiziji, imaš samo 21 godinu i priliku da čitava nacija večeras čuje tvoju muziku, znači onom, opuštenom.
Naravno.
Nema treme?
Pa nema, mi smo uvežbani, mi smo probali ovih par dana. Onako dobro jeste, malo je prvi put naravno i sviramo zajedno. Ne samo je moj prvi nastup, nego i nas troje zajedno.
Možete postaviti kolege, mladu damu i mladu gospodinu?
Naravno, ovo su moje poštovni kolega Nikola Todorović i koleginica Isidora Novaković.
Ok, reci nam, Teodore, nešto ukratko o sebi, motivi, planovi, sanjaš li velike snove?
Pa,
možeš slobodno kažeš i ne. S obzirom gde živimo, legitimno je reći ne sanjam velike snove.
Pa, samo da, pre svega da se izrazim iskreno, što nije uvek lako. Ali ne samo to, nego kao što to dodirne i mene, dok radim, dok pravim te stvari, tako bih voleo da ljudi koji vole takvu muziku i koji osjećaju to, da imaju priliku da čuju isto, da bi onda i njih možda dirnulo i da bi pokrenulo neku njihovu priču.
Hvala ti. Koju pesmu ćeš nam izvesti večeras?
Pesma se zove Just a Moment i tu pesmu sam napisao u Valjevu. Da, to je pesma koju smo večeras odegrali i koju smo spremali.
Dame i gospodo, zanimljive stvari stižu nam u posljednje vreme iz Valjeva. Do juče nismo ni znali da neki ljudi postoje, a ovako nam isti ti ljudi promene percepciju, uliju nadu da je moguće i očaraju nas svojom iskrenošću, hrabrošću i talentom. Uživo 24 minuta, Teodor Tošić i Just a Moment.
Was my
sve za večeras, kad god vam se učini da je ovo što živimo, što neko reče, praznilo totalno. Ne klonite duhom. Preživjeli smo omanje ratove. Preživjet ćemo i ova omića.
This is the German flag, and I have a question. Are Germans mountain Dutch, or are the Dutch swamp Germans? Let me know in the comments below. But actually, that's not what I wanted to ask. What I wanted to ask was, why did the German flag change from the one on the left to the one on the right? Because if you look at old photos of Germans like this one from the First World War, you can see clearly that it's a black, white and red tricolour. But today it's clearly black, red and yellow in a tricolour, or gold. So why did this change occur? Well, in this video, let's find out. So another description of the States were in fact European states and states inside the Hungarian Empire. Until around 1806, when the French came and did what they always do, and ruined everything for everyone. One of the problems against the Germans is the nuclear cycle, and these medications are the German, making the French use of black, silver and red. So this is the first European Union lots of people around Germany, because so many men from all over the country, or the states at that time, wasn't yet a unified country, were serving in this war that these colours, the black, red and gold, were seen throughout Germany by a lot of people. In 1816, at the end of the Congress of Vienna, it was decided that all the remaining German states would be added into a confederation of states, which is the North German Confederation in the north. And so this flag came about in 1815 at Jena, which is in the south of Germany, and it was created by the members of the Luftwaffe Freikorps, who came together and founded a fraternity. Now, because so many of these men came from so many different areas in what would become Germany, there was a real sense of a national unionist movement starting to emerge among these fraternity members. They and others like them started to agitate for a unified German state. And as we can see from this image of the Hambach Festival in 1832, we can see that they're using another tricolour with the gold, red and black, which is starting to look more like a modern German flag at this festival. While this image from 1848, where social movements throughout Europe rose up in great rebellions in different countries, we can see that this is one of the first times that we see the black, red and gold being used as a symbol for a unified German state, which at this time did not yet exist. And this was used by the Frankfurt Parliament and was put forward as what they hoped would be a national flag for all German peoples. But of course this fell apart and it returned to the status quo of the two largest states of Prussia in the north and Austria in the south, although this really came to a head in 1866 with the Austro-Prussian War. And many of the southern German states supported the Austrians, and they actually used the gold to identify themselves and ally with the Austrians. But of course, it was the Prussians who took the victory in the Austro-Prussian War. So we should now shift focus and look at the origin of the other German flag, and look at Prussia. So in Prussia, of course, we have this flag with the imperial eagle on it, with the black, white and black being the formation of the tricolour there. However, we also have the unification of Prussia with several northern German states, and a very powerful force in northern Germany for a long time was the Hanseatic League, the Hansa. And so they used the colour of the Hansa, which was white and red, which you can see on flags like that of Lübeck and Bremen, for example, and they combined these two to create the flag of the German Empire, which of course is the black, white and red tricolour. This remained in use until 1919, when the Germans were defeated in the First World War and also signed the Treaty of Versailles, which greatly destroyed the German Empire and its size, and would lead to the creation of the Weimar Republic. And in 1919, to great controversy, they decided to change the official flag from the red, white, black to the black, red and gold that had previously been used by the Frankfurt government, as the Weimar Constitution borrowed heavily from the Frankfurt Constitution, which came back in 1848. Many in Germany opposed the change and continued to use the black, white and red, which they saw as the true flag of Germany, especially those on the right, like the political parties of the DNVP, and later also sometimes by the NSDAP. I know it's been a long time since I talked about Weimar political parties. Now in 1933, of course, this is the date that Hitler became the Chancellor, and so changes were made rapidly to the national flag, which many on the right, as I said, did not see as being a true flag of Germany, but rather one that was imposed by the puppet government that came after the fall of the German Empire. And so he reinstated of course, the Nazi Party's flag with the swastika, but also the imperial flag, which was in place until 1945, when only the Nazi Party flag was able to be used in Germany as a national flag. Of course, 1945 is the end of the Second World War, and with it came new flag changes. Germany was partitioned between those on the west in favour of more capitalism and the Americans and the Allies, whereas the areas in the east that had been taken by the Soviets were aligned to the USSR and to communism. And so we see two different flags appearing, again using the black, red and gold, but with different emblems, one reflecting the Bundesrepublik and the other reflecting its ties to socialism. Of course, 1989 is the fall of the Berlin Wall and the reunification of Germany, when of course they would opt for just the plain old black, red and gold, it's almost like I planned that, of the old German flag. And that's kind of the story of the German flag and why they use it. So I hope this has been an interesting video. It's something that not too many people know, the entire story of the German flag and the inspiration behind them both, but it is an interesting story nonetheless. So thank you very much for watching. I do hope it's been interesting. Let me know what other kind of flaggy topics you'd like.
Popular cartoons are ripped off on a regular basis. Often the rip-offs are nothing more than cheap, inferior imitations, but occasionally they can end up being just as popular, if not more so. This video will look at some examples of both. Enjoy!
Computer engaged test sequence.
Don't forget to hit the subscribe button. It's the best way to keep up to date with all our great new videos. During the video, see if you can count how many times the greased-up deaf guy randomly appears. Stick around until the end to find out if you counted correctly.
One boom don't hurt so much because you spent 2 minutes of the last segment applauding a red velvet cake. Hey guys, have you heard the story about Aurora Valley? The story tells of a brave young man who lived on the island. Every night, his mother would tell him stories of brave men. What was it about? The story tells of a brave young man who lived on the island. Every night, his mother would tell him stories of brave men. What was the story about? The story tells of a brave young man who lived on the island. Every night, his mother would tell him stories of brave men. What was the story?
Each family has 3 kids, one of whom is a baby that's far more intelligent than meets the eye. Each family has a pet dog. You cool with that? The father is the sole provider of income. Oh my god, you get to work with beer? Their houses are almost identical in shape and size, and their exploits are far more eventful than that of a typical family. But who can blame McFarlane for using The Simpsons as a template for his creation? It's the longest running and most successful animated series of all time, and Family Guy's proven itself to be every bit as popular. The show's actually crossed over too in 2015's 45-minute-long episode, The Simpsons Guy. That was made possible by the fact that both shows are distributed by 20th Television and aired on Fox.
Somebody get my agent on the phone right now!
Samurai Pizza Cats. Samurai Pizza Cats was quite clearly an attempt to emulate the success of the incredibly popular Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles franchise. This particular copycat cartoon first aired in 1991, 4 years after the Turtles first hit our screens and 7 years after the first Turtles comic book, although it should be noted that it was adapted from an anime series in Japan called Kyoto Ninden Yandi. That first aired in 1990 and depicted the cats as ninjas. Samurai Pizza Cats was exactly what it sounds like. It was about 3 cats who liked pizza and were very skilled samurai. The cartoon merged modern culture with classic Japanese culture, just like Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles did. But the more obvious similarity came in the form of the fact that it was about a group of pizza-loving anthropomorphic animals who enjoyed nothing more than feasting on a few nice slices of pepperoni. I mean, the theme song even included the words Saban Entertainment, the same people responsible for Power Rangers, were behind the show. It lasted for 52 episodes and gained what can only be described as a moderate level of popularity that wasn't close to that of the Turtles.
Hey, I think this is the one where they help Fricassee fight the giant space nugget.
Kung Fu Dino Posse. Continuing with the turtle copying theme, Kung Fu Dino Posse was a Canadian, South Korean, Singaporean, German, wow, that was a mouthful. Let's start again. Kung Fu Dino Posse was an animated series that premiered in 2010. It lasted for 40 episodes, but was canceled in 2011, less than a year after it first aired. It was about 4 kung fu fighting anthropomorphic dinosaurs called Kane, who was a T-Rex, Chow, who was a Triceratops, Jet, who was a Pteranodon, and Lucy, who was a Stegosaurus. The fate of the Earth rested in their hands as the ancient villain's score was thought out and brought back to life in modern-day Megalopolis. The show was quite obviously a parody of Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles, but it didn't hide from that. It knew exactly what it was doing, and to be fair, it did it to a pretty decent standard. The humor was very tongue-in-cheek and sarcastic. The show's creators didn't expect you to take it seriously, so you didn't. It's actually a real shame that it didn't last longer because it had quite a lot of potential and could probably have been more successful than it ended up being.
That's a good idea flashing around in my head.
Coconut Fred's Fruit Salad Island. Coconut Fred's Fruit Salad Island was a cartoon that ran for a very short period of time between September of 2005 and May of 2006. It was quickly canceled after receiving what can only be described as terrible reviews, not least because of the fact that it was a blatant rip-off of the far more popular and far superior SpongeBob SquarePants.
I had that dream again.
Set by the sea, the show had a number of weird and wonderful characters that were very reminiscent of the crazy cast of characters in SpongeBob. The humor was equally as wacky as the show it was trying so hard to copy. But it was far too over the top, nowhere near as funny, and generally didn't hit the mark that it was trying to hit. Rob Paulsen, who famously voiced popular established characters like Raphael and Donatello from the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles, Yakko Warner from Animaniacs, Pinky from Pinky and the Brain, and the titular character in The Mask, provided the voice of the main character Coconut Fred in the show. He since stated that he doesn't like to remember being involved with it at all, believing that it was nothing more than a shameless knockoff. That really does speak volumes.
They said that no one believes in yokai anymore.
Yokai Watch. Pokemon is, of course, the incredibly popular Japanese media franchise in which characters catch powerful creatures with names like Pikachu, Squirtle, and Jigglypuff in order to fight them against each other in battle. It's a bona fide global phenomenon and has raked in billions of dollars around the world. It shouldn't really come as a surprise, then, that it's been blatantly ripped off on more than one occasion by people eager to capitalize on its success. A prime example of that comes in the form of Yokai Watch.
I feel like my whole life is crumbling around me.
Yokai Watch, which started in 2013, almost 2 full decades after Pokemon, is another Japanese media franchise that comes in the form of cartoons, video games, card games, comics, and more. It's set in a world in which yokai, which are supernatural creatures from Japanese folklore, haunt cities, prompting characters to befriend them and pit them against the yokai belonging to other characters. In addition to having pretty much the exact same concept as Pokemon, the yokai have names like Whisper, Ruffraff, and Impact. Those could all easily pass for Pokemon names. It is quite popular, though not as popular as Pokemon. Any attempt to replicate yokai behavior would be ill-advised. But it's undoubtedly a shameless ripoff of a far superior and far more original entity. Pixel Pinky. Pixel Pinky is an Australian animated TV show that first aired in 2009, and it's really, really terrible. It's about a red-haired girl by the name of Nina who gets a cell phone as a birthday gift. The cell phone in question happened to have a genie named Pixel Pinky inside of it. Pixel Pinky is rather prone to interpreting things incorrectly. That results in many a bizarre shenanigan given her wish-granting powers. It was quite clearly an attempt to rip off the far superior Nickelodeon show The Fairly Odd Parents. Pixel Pinky looks like it was created using some cheap animation software, and the characters in the show are incredibly annoying.
We've got an important story alert for you.
It really has no redeeming features, which makes it something of a travesty that is still airing quite often in a number of countries around the world today. The official website of the show, pixelpinky.tv, epitomizes everything about it. It looks terrible and it has the most annoying background sound imaginable. Avoid this show at all costs.
We should really change the channel.
Johnny Test. Dexter's Laboratory is a bona fide modern cartoon classic. The Cartoon Network offering first aired in 1996 and stopped in 1999 before being revived in 2001 and continuing until 2003. Then in 2005, a blatant ripoff of it was born in the form of Johnny Test. It didn't exactly have the same plot, but the characters were clearly copied in the majority of the cases, albeit with gender swaps in some instances. The titular Johnny was actually ripping off Dexter's sister Dee Dee, while his super genius sisters Susan and Mary were the ones ripping off Dexter. Johnny's mom was like Dexter's dad, while his dad was like Dexter's mom. The problem with Johnny Test was that the characters in the show were so ridiculously unlikable. If you thought Dee Dee was annoying in Dexter's Laboratory, just get a load of everyone in Johnny Test. And that even includes the ones who aren't blatant ripoffs. In spite of that, it was actually a very successful show. It enjoyed a run of 117 episodes between 2005 and 2014. In 2009, it was actually picked up by the Cartoon Network, the network that created Dexter's Lab.
I don't know about you, but I'm still hungry.
Street Sharks. We could literally fill this list with Turtles ripoffs, but don't worry, we won't because that would be boring. This will be the last one, and it's undoubtedly the best example. It comes in the form of the highly enjoyable Street Sharks, of which 40 episodes were made between 1994 and 1997.
Ah! Oh man, it is a bad B-movie.
In the 90s, a writer centered an animated series around a group of mutated anthropomorphic animals, gave them a bit of attitude, and pitted them against criminals and other evildoers. It was pretty much guaranteed that youngsters, mainly of the male variety, would buy into the idea and be glued to their TV screens watching it. Street Sharks followed 4 mutated humans, John, Bobby, Coop, and Clint, after they were transformed into humanoid sharks. They adopted the names Ripster, Jab, Streaks, and Big Slamoo. They were a great white shark, a hammerhead shark, a tiger shark, and whale shark, respectively. Together they fought evil, and particularly looked to take down Dr. Luther Paradigm, the mad scientist responsible for their creation. Incidentally, Street Sharks saw the introduction of the Dino-Vengers characters. They ultimately went on to have their own show called Extreme Dinosaurs, which was itself a rather blatant Turtles ripoff. Run, Wonder Princess. Although we're mainly wanting to focus on animated TV shows in this video, given that a certain Amazonian comic book heroine is incredibly popular right now, we simply had to break that trend in order to include this particular feature-length movie. Run Wonder Princess is an animated movie from Korea that was released in 1978, and it doesn't take a genius to understand from the title alone that it was a blatant ripoff of Wonder Woman. The copying doesn't stop at the title though, not even close. Almost everything about Wonder Princess is shamelessly lifted from DC's most famous and popular female character. Wonder Princess has similar powers to Wonder Woman and almost identical costume. Her spinning transformation is clearly copied from Linda Carter's live-action version of the character, and she even has a handsome military man in the mold of Steve Trevor as a love interest. Seriously, rip-offs don't come much more blatant than this. We just hope DC got some royalties for it.
I couldn't hear you. Tiger and I plugged our ears.
Thundercats. Thundercats is undoubtedly a brilliant show in its own right, but there's also no doubt that it was a blatant rip-off of another 1980s classic, He-Man and the Masters of the Universe. Thundercats first aired in 1985, 2 years after Masters of the Universe and 4 years after the first Masters of the Universe comics, so there's no argument regarding which franchise came first. The main character, Lion-O, was a muscle-bound, scantily dressed warrior who wielded a sword of great power just like He-Man. The main villains, Mumra and Skeletor, were both hideous sorcerers. Both Lion-O and He-Man had cute but clumsy sidekicks in the form of Snarf and Orko. Your major allies all fulfilled specific roles, and each cartoon had great castle-like layers for the heroes and dark, dank layers for the villains.
We'll all pitch in and do the job Thundercats done.
And that's the end of our video. Did you enjoy it? Do you know of any other rip-offs of popular cartoons? Let us know your thoughts in the comment section below. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe for more great videos like this one. And the number of times the greased-up deaf guy randomly appeared in the video was... We hope you had fun counting. Bye for now.
Istina